Look at any image of Boston from the time when a beacon still stood on Beacon Hill and a single residence stands out. The home, considered the finest in the Mass Bay colony, was as grand and distinctive as its owner's famous signature.
John Hancock was the first signer of the Declaration of Independence. He always made sure he cut a striking image in the finest clothing that money could buy. He was known for driving around town in a canary yellow carriage. I sometimes think of him as revolutionary Boston's Austin Powers. He was a man of mystery. He funded much of the revolutionary movement in Boston.
Nathaniel Sheedley is the executive director of the Bostonian Society, an organization founded to run and preserve the old State House, a local treasure that may only be here today because the Hancock Mansion is not.
Many of the folks who were involved in the founding of the Bostonian Society back in the 1870s were folks who had been inspired by the loss of the Hancock House during the previous decade.
Because of this connection, it's fitting that our last hidden gem, currently on display in the old State House, is literally a doorway into Boston's history and the painstaking process of preserving it.
And in the case of the Hancock House, we can no longer stand in front of the house, but we can now stand in front of this door and understand a little bit about the history of the Hancock House.
Yes, that's the actual door to the Hancock Mansion, mounted in a meticulously detailed recreation of its original setting. To present the door in this way has been a passion project for this man.
I'm Steve O'Shaughnessy, a department head of preservation carpentry at the North Bennett Street School in Boston.
The school's work is well known, featured on Chronicles several times, but this project is on a different level.
Probably the most important project in my 20 years as a preservation carpenter, no question. I teach my students the technical craft, but I'm trying to give them the fire in their belly to protect the existing stock of historic buildings, because even in 2018 we're losing those houses. This door deserves to be seen and not just stood up with some sticks, but give it context.
To create that context took a Herculean effort by O'Shaughnessy and his students over a matter of months, spent exhaustively researching and executing every detail of this facade.
Part of the program is to introduce historic methods using tools that are contemporary for the time period. And every bit of molding that is in this exhibit was done by hand.
The door itself is magnificent, but the Bostonian Society is quick to point out that the story doesn't end there.
The door is this hidden gem that you can come in here and encounter, but what I like to think about are all the stories that are hidden behind that door, the stories of Cato, who worked for the Hancocks both as an enslaved person and as a freed person after he gained his liberty, and so many others whose lives passed through and around this door. So folks can come here and get a glimpse through the keyhole into something much more complex than they may be expecting.
The Hancock Door exhibit ends its run at the Old State House in December. Then the door is expected to go to the North Bennett Street School, where it will become part of a larger project recreating the Hancock Mansion entryway. And if you're wondering how Hancock made the fortune that helped finance the American Revolution, well, he did it the old-fashioned way. He inherited it, including the house, from his uncle and his aunt. And that is Chronicle for tonight. Thanks very much for joining us, everyone. I'm Anthony Everett. Have a great evening, a great weekend. See you back here on Monday night.